What is Afro Samurai?
At a distance, Afro is your everyday Ronin samurai who just so happens to have a different skin color. The old school samurai trope has been played out time and time again. Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai Champloo, Samurai 7, The Elusive Samurai, Gintama, Dororo, Sword of the Stranger, Ninja Scroll, Basilisk. But Afro's different. While most series grossly overlook black characters, if they even exist in the show, Afro stands as the holy grail for black representation in anime. So how did a random no-name man from Japan create the most popular black character in anime history? And even after being one of the only anime in history to get nominated for an Emmy Award all the way back in 2009, and win, why is modern anime culture still overlooked to this day? To get the answer, we have to take a look back to the Golden Age. No, not that Golden Age. Something with a little more flavor to it. The Golden Age of hip-hop refers to the hip-hop music created in the late 1980s and early to mid-1990s, most notably with the sound coming from the NYC metro area. This movement marked a new wave for rap music, bringing in sound innovations, lyrical depth, and so much cultural impact. This era took hip-hop from its underground roots right to mainstream recognition. During this time, not only was black music on the rise, but black culture was also starting to break through on the TV screens as well. People like Spike Lee, John Singleton, and Don Cornelius had massive breakouts on the scene. And during all of this, one man was tuned in the entire time: Takashi Okazaki. Takashi Okazaki was heavily invested in black music and media from an early age. He loved listening to artists like Jay Dilla, A Tribe Called Quest, and De La Soul. He even dreamed about one day becoming a DJ, but wasn't really sure if he was cool enough to pull it off. But music was only one half of what made Takashi's heart feel whole. The other was art. Takashi loved drawing the African-American characters he saw on the TV screens on anything he could find: paper, napkins, oddly enough, Kleenex boxes, you name it. Takashi continued following his love for art as he got older, and he attended Tama Art University. But his drive didn't stop there. Shortly after university, Okazaki and a few of his artistic friends decided they wanted a place to publish their work, a place where they could create what they wanted without someone breathing on their shoulder telling them if it was right or wrong. This spawned the creation of New House, a self-published magazine that gave mangaka a place to publish their doujinshi, or just otherwise known as self-published manga. In November of 1998, they came out with their first publication, Issue 0, and smack dab on the cover was the man himself, Afro Samurai. Think about how trend-setting this was. There was no way that any mainstream publisher would have even thought to create this project. At the time, and still pretty much to this day, Afro was one of the only black anime protagonists in history, and Takashi's love for black culture was really stronger than ever. He even stated that Don Cornelius and the dancers from Soul Train were major inspirations for his character designs to this day. And you can clearly see it, whether it be the hair, the stylish bracelets, or the flare bottom pants. Character design is where Okazaki reigns as king. But before I go into how Okazaki's character designs are really just one small cog in like the giant machine of what makes Afro Samurai so great, we first gotta understand how black people are treated in the anime culture to grasp what truly sets him apart. Black culture in anime has always been something that's underrepresented when, in reality, black people are widely known as some of the strongest supporters in anime. And I'm not saying this as like a gripe or something that needs to be fixed, but I'm just saying this detail was just a part of what made Afro Samurai do so well. If you search the internet and look at any list of black characters in anime, you'll quickly realize the list is very short. According to my research, the only black protagonists to this day are Michiko from Michiko and Hatchin, Yasuke from Self-Titled as well, and Afro. Many of the other black characters in anime are black on technicality. Don't get me wrong, characters like Yoruichi and Mr. Popo, they're awesome, but they don't actually represent black people, especially Dragon Ball, man. Toriyama did us the dirtiest. I mean, listen, rest in peace, of course. I love Dragon Ball. But dang, man, do my lips look like that? Like, that's crazy. Most of the time, black people in anime go in one of two directions. They're hit with every stereotype in the book to the point where it's kind of a drag, or they're white and just happen to have black skin thrown on them. Unless you want to make the Cat Williams argument, that one, listen, that I'll entertain that one. I will entertain that. On one end, they always get hit with the stereotypical black accent, the most oversized lips you can draw on a human face, and they're probably always angry at someone. On the other end of the spectrum, you have characters who are black, but there's just absolutely nothing black about them. They have different colored hair that's often long and straight. They have the same exact facial designs as everyone else in the series. And honestly, half the time, you can't even tell that they're supposed to be black people. This is exactly where Afro Samurai hits home for so many people. While others treat their black characters as an afterthought, Okazaki puts them in the forefront, and it all starts with the character design. First off, when you look at the hair, I don't know what you would call it, but like he did a perfect job with like the afros in Afro. You see it in Afro and Ninja themselves, where it's still an afro, but also it's like animatized, where it's kind of flowing with the wind. And like, I don't care how long I grow my hair, like it'll never do that, but like it looks sick and it portrays anime and black people in like a perfect simultaneous way. And then on the top of that, you have the drip with the actual clothing that he wears, where again, we see the highlights from Soul Train, where we have the flare bottom pants, the stylish accessories with the bracelets and the earrings. And then on top of that, I don't know what it is, but this may be the coolest lemonade straw I have ever seen in my life. This is where you start to see the culmination of years upon years of Okazaki learning how to draw black characters really starting to pay off. But this is only one half of what made Afro Samurai such a commercial success. Afro is one of the most critically acclaimed anime in history. Very few foreign works get critical acclaim in the American industries. This has been improving over the years, especially in the movie industry, but we still have a long way to go. Since the creation of the Academy Awards in 1929, there have only been 16 nominations for foreign films. The first winner finally came in 2019 with Parasite. If you haven't seen that, go watch it, it's fire. Incredible movie. As for the Emmys, they do definitely a little bit of a better job. They created the International Emmy Awards in 1973, but they still miss out on a bunch of incredible shows that really don't get enough light. Couple all of this with the fact that since the Emmy Awards were created, only 40 black people have actually won the award. But all these barriers didn't matter. Afro Samurai immediately came out strong. The world literally loved it, and the black community put this show on the pedestal that it really rightfully deserved. People who have never seen an anime have seen Afro Samurai, even if they know it's an anime or not. It transcended any foreign or racial barriers that awards brought to the table. In 2009, Afro Samurai Resurrection was nominated for Outstanding Individual Achievement in Animation and Outstanding Animated Program. That's a long tongue twister. It won the Outstanding Individual Achievement in Animation Award, beating out shows like Chowder, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, and Robot Chicken. Combining these two mediums of black art and black music, along with incredible voice acting, but that's a whole different topic for a whole nother video, and I can't get into all that right now. But all of that allowed Afro to become a masterpiece. But like I said in the beginning of the video, after all of this, why is modern anime culture still overlooked to this day? Anime having a lousy relationship with critical acclaim, that'd be an understatement to say the least. Not only have anime films rarely been nominated for Best Animated Feature, but no TV show in anime history has ever even been nominated outside of Afro Samurai. The Emmy Awards recognize excellence within various areas of television and emerging media. The Emmy Awards are administered by 3 sister organizations which focus on various sectors of television and broadband programming. One of these organizations being the International Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. The International Academy was founded in 1969. But somehow that didn't help bring anime to the spotlight that it deserves. Anime has become extremely popular worldwide, especially in the US, but somehow that hasn't made a difference. If you go on IMDb right now, you'll literally see it for yourself. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, and Cowboy Bebop are all ranked in the top 50 best TV shows, not anime, TV shows of all time. I think this lack of critical recognition in anime is because of one very stupid clause in the rules of the Primetime Emmy Awards. Among the Primetime Emmy Award rules, a show must originally air on American television during the eligibility period between June 1st and May 31st of any given year. In order to be considered a national primetime show, the program must air between 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. and to at least 50% of the country. This precisely right here is how Afro Samurai won. To my knowledge, it is the only anime to ever air in the US before airing in Japan. After 5 months of airing in the US, it aired in Japan on May 3rd, 2007 with Japanese subtitles. Because of working around that one silly rule, anime and black culture simultaneously finally got the acclaim that it deserved. This rule absolutely sucks. I mean, let's just be honest here. If the Emmys are to recognize excellence within various areas of television and emerging media, then this rule's just gotta go. Anime is here now. Anime has emerged. Put it on the stage that it deserves, just like Afro.
You recording?